Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Alright, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. Again, if you're I was gonna say German. No, this is not German, guys. If you like Japanese cars, if you like Japanese cars from the 80s, well, you are in the right video. You are gonna enjoy this car. It may not be the most recognized 80s Japanese car, but it's quite modern for an 80s car. But let's get to the details. Let's see what I got for you right now. This is a 143 scale 1989 Toyota Corona Exiv. Now, this is a model that I never, ever, ever seen in my life. I, if you would have asked me and I would have never seen the car as like on the base with the name of the brand. I would have thought this was a Mazda. It gives me more of a Mazda. I don't know why. It gives me more of a Mazda look than a Toyota itself. But I was doing a bit of my investigation because this is not a model that was ever sold in North America. I have never seen one in person. And but that happens quite often with Japanese cars. Japanese brands are they make sure they cater to the Europeans, to their homeland, to the North American market. They kind of like they know what each market likes more. And this car definitely did not come to North America. We had the earlier versions of the Corona model, Toyota Corona, but not this one specifically. Now, as I was doing my little investigation on this car, this is a Corona model, Toyota Corona. I'm gonna say Toyota Corona because sometimes I just mention the model names, but this one having a name of a model which is for a lot of people we know why it's not the most pleasure name to hear right now. So I'm gonna say Toyota Corona, the whole name. Now this comes from the eighth generation of the Corona, Toyota Corona. Oh my God, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. But this is the eighth generation. Now, this is a special edition of the eighth generation of the Toyota Corona because this is the Exiv model. The Exiv model, I was doing my little investigation because if I was not familiar with the Toyota Corona, definitely not the Exiv special model. Now, the Exiv model, it says the T180 series Corona was introduced, which is shared with the Carina base. There was another car called Toyota Carina Twin. I'm sorry. According to Toyota, the letters EXIV it means extra impulsive. I don't I don't know if it's a lot more racy looking than the regular Toyota Corona, but hey, I'll leave it to your discretion. I like the model. You know what I like about it? Believe it or not, I like the rear end a lot more than the front end. The tail lights, the whole rear end altogether gives me maybe a lot more personality or distinction. The front end, it's just another Toyota to my eye. Now, let's see a little bit more information on these models. I'm going to mention the engines of all the Toyota Coronas from this era. We have a 1.5, a 1.6, a 1.8, and a 2.0. All of these were four cylinders. And then we have a diesel engine, also 2.0 diesel engine. Then when it comes to transmissions, we had a 4-speed and a 5-speed manual. And then we also have a 4-speed automatic. So the best of both worlds. I always say that's the best for any company. So you just don't get stuck in one type of customer base. All right, everyone. I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. You know, I was looking at these cars. I'm also a viewer, believe it or not. As you are watching it, I'm also looking at it. Looking at and admiring parts of the car that I like. One thing that brought my attention as it was going round and round, it's the rear wiper. And why it brought my attention, it's very uncommon to see a real sedan with a rear wiper. And and I think it was a smart, great, very well made idea. And I'm going to tell you why. I know the slanted, depends how slanted they are. The water runs out quicker. But there's still, sometimes when it rains very hard, it still bothers. It's still there in your eye and it's not giving you a clear view of whoever's behind you, car wise or motorcycle, whatever. Now, I know it may not be the most aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Sometimes you see a rear wiper and you're like, especially the way this one it was put right there in the middle. I know it may not be the most aesthetically pleasing, but it's very helpful. And that would be the one that I would say put them in all the cars. At least put them as an option. And if you pay for it, you want it, then you add it to your bill. But I think it should be a choice on the sedans. Nowadays, sedans are not the most common. You don't see them around as much as like an SUV, but there's still a few around. They should put more options like that. Alright everyone, hopefully you're enjoying this video as much as I'm enjoying making them. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, my usual questions. What do you guys think about this model? Have you ever seen it in person? Maybe it was delivered from Japan to your country, or maybe they were exported and sold in your country. Let me know if they were reliable, things like that. I wish I knew more about the car. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm getting basic info. I know it's not much, but some basic info you may have. As one thing I did not mention, this model of the Toyota Corona, they ran between, I tell you right now, so I don't forget that because I was thinking about it. I said, I don't think I never mentioned they ran between 1987 till 1992, the whole eighth generation. Probably, you know, the Exiv, which is the one that we're looking at right now, may not be exactly like that, but that's what it is. Don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button, and it will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Goodbye.